This meeting is being recorded.
Zoom Us has new window.
Press CMD plus to reach the pop-up.
All right.
David,
Well,
please take it away.
thank you, Miss Carlton. It is a privilege and a pleasure to be with everyone this evening. My name is David De Notaris, Sky's Limit Communications. We're a training and technology company here in Hershey, Pennsylvania. And just so excited to have this opportunity to work with the Bridges Help Desk and to be sharing information. And I am totally blind myself. I went blind from an eye condition, retinitis pigmentosa, when I was 19 years old. So I was a sophomore in college, and I was discouraged. I was afraid. I was confused. But I've always loved technology. I always loved technology. I always knew that technology was something that could help us level the playing field. And so I've always been a Braille reader. Everyone knows that readers are leaders and leaders are readers. And so I love reading Braille. I love using assistive technology. I started using my first computer in 1988, and it was an 88 computer. And my friend Jim Holland, he wonderful guy from New Jersey. He works for UPS, and he's like, "Wow, have you seen any of these screen readers that could, read the computer?" And I'm like, "No." And I was a senior in high school, and so I got my first computer when I was a senior in high school, and I just have always loved what technology has allowed me to do. Fast forward, 35 years, and I have observed that it's the people the individuals who have the ability to manage information. They could manage their lives, they could manage their careers, they could manage their hobbies and interests, and they can coordinate and organize people. And so I just love what technology allows us to do. And I love this thought: access equals success. Access equals success. And when we can access the same information as our classmates, neighbors, colleagues, or peers, we can get the same education, training, and of course the same jobs. And I love helping people figure out, right? I mean, it's not about a job. It's not about a job, right? A job. It's not about, job is just over broke, right? I'm interested in helping people find careers and even, a little deeper a calling. What do they just love to do? They put their socks on fast in the morning. So I love to tell stories. What is a story? A story is something told in the present about the past that'll help in the future. So I think it was late June, and I was on Facebook, and I saw my one friend, Jessie Lorenz, and she works for Amazon, and she's an amazing techie geek and a wonderful person. And I've done some interviews with her, and she works on Alexa Amazon shopping. And so I saw on Facebook that she said, I took these pictures with my new Meta smart glasses. And I'm like, huh. So she's taking pictures with some smart Meta smart glasses. So I'm just like, all right, I'm just going to start Googling this. What is this all about? And then I found this documentary, this little 4-minute video on YouTube of this guy who was not a blind guy, but just a documentary maker in California, demonstrating how he uses the Meta glasses to make documentaries, to make videos. And I'm like, wow. And then I started reading about it, and it says that it has artificial intelligence built into it. And I'm like, wow. So this is really interesting. I wonder what it could do to help describe things to blind people, right? I mean, there's got to. So I went on Amazon Prime, and it was $329, and so I'm like, well, it's Amazon Prime, and I'm a big believer in order it and know what the return policy is. And this was had a 30-day return policy, and I'm like, I'm gonna give this a try. And so then I got them, and there wasn't a lot of like training materials around. These are maybe were released, late 2023, and they were not released. They're made for blind people. They were, made for anyone who is likes certainly people like Meta Ray-Ban glasses. Ray-Ban glasses are stylish. I've never, in the spirit of transparency, I've never paid more than I think $17 for a pair of sunglasses in my life. So to think I'm going to pay $329, but I said I'm going to give them a try. I saw that, I learned that Meta, who is the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, and Messenger and WhatsApp, made these glasses in partnership with Ray-Ban, and they did it so people could quickly take pictures and videos and post them on Facebook and Instagram. And but the voice interface on the glasses makes it very easy for people who are blind or vision impaired to interact with. Carlton, this weekend, I was in New Hampshire, and I was demonstrating them to a gentleman who is dyslexic. And he was like just blown away with the quickness that he was able to listen to and access information. So everyone needs information in different ways, and so I don't care how you access information, but I do care that you access information. So enough talking. Now let me see here. I'm gonna have to. There is an iPhone app or a Android app called MetaView that you would download when you get your glasses. The app, I would say, is 99% accessible. A few little bugs in there, but I set it up myself. They come in a very nice glass case that is also the charging case, so you don't want to lose that glass case. The glasses have a 6-hour battery life. And let me see here. Hey Meta, what's my battery level?
Battery 85%.
Ooh, I didn't have the microphone on. Hey Meta, what's my battery level?
Battery 84%.
So my battery's at 84%. All right. Hey Meta, what time is it? Hey Meta, what time is it?
It's 7:09 p.m.
Very good. So I know so some of that information. Hey Meta, what's the weather outside?
In Hershey, it is currently raining with a temperature of 63 degrees Fahrenheit and high humidity at 94%.
Is it going to be sunny tomorrow?
No, in Hershey, it is expected to rain tomorrow with a 60% chance of precipitation.
Darn it. All right. So, so you could ask it some basic things like that. Miss Carlton, were you able to hear that okay?
Perfectly. Yes, sir.
Wonderful. Okay. So,
Can you tell us, does it provide any magnification or not?
no. So, no magnification.
I will say you can get prescription lenses placed in,
Correct.
but the glasses themselves are mainly the camera and the interface with AI.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Carlton. So there is, so maybe I should answer your question like this. Maybe. So there are, when you take a picture, it does go to the MetaView app. Now, once you have it in the MetaView app, maybe, certainly if you use enlargement software or things like that, but I would have to think that, maybe you would do that not needing to use the meta glasses to do that. Also, there are different glasses. For instance, my one friend, Greg, is very sensitive to light. So there are glasses that are just very dark. My friend, Rick, he wants to wear them inside. He got the transition lenses. So they're clear inside, and then as it gets brighter, they get darker outside. They have two sizes, a medium and a large, depending on your hat size. And then Carlton, they also have for women, they're more rounded. So there's kind of like I guess I should say a more masculine pair that's kind of squarish, and then a woman's or feminine pair that are kind of a little more roundish, and they have different color frames and different color lenses. I have a pair that are black lenses, black frames with a greenish gray lens. My sister has a pair of gray lenses with a pinkish rose color that my daughter Emily picked out for her, and she said they were very stylish. And Carlton, why not have some rose-colored glasses, right?
There you go. Absolutely.
I have a question.
Yes, Mr. Westbrook.
Does this tie?
Oh, Ty?
Does the camera? Can the glasses tell you what you see around? What's around you?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Let's give that a shot. So I'm in my home office, which also happens to be my workout room. So I'm going to turn around here. Hey, Meta. Hey, Meta. Hey, Meta. Ooh, I just bumped the side. Okay, so on the side, on the right side of your right temple, if you swipe your finger forward, it'll make it louder. If you swipe it backwards, it'll make it softer. And if you tap it, it will either play or pause or song. And also you can answer a call through that touch interface as well. So okay, let's see here. Hey Meta. Hey Meta. What am I looking at?
You are looking at a home gym or workout area with various equipment and storage.
What color are the walls?
The walls are white.
What color are the floor?
The floor is black. It appears to be a rubber or foam mat, commonly used in home gyms and workout areas for comfort and traction.
Thank you. So we could ask it other stuff. Like right now I'm just looking at my computer. Hey Meta, what am I looking at? Hey Meta, what am I looking at?
You are looking at a laptop with an open window displaying various options and menus.
Very good. So
Is there a facial recognition feature?
No. Well, Meta has not turned that on. And like for instance, so the answer is no, not at this time. So I do have a couple of products that I thought might be interesting to see here that I just grabbed out of my pantry. So I'm gonna hold this here. Sorry about all that noise there. Hey Meta, what am I looking at?
You are looking at a can of chicken breast.
Tell me about it.
This is a can of chicken breast, likely pre-cooked and ready to eat. It's a convenient way to have protein on hand for various meals or snacks. The brand name appears to be Kirkland Signature, which is Costco's store brand known for offering quality products at affordable prices.
So let's talk about that for a second. So I think it's really good to share. Really good to share that we knew right away it was a can of chicken, a canned chicken breast. Well, what is interesting is it's the same 5-ounce can as tuna fish, and it can be the same 5-ounce can as even some pet food. So by being able to quickly identify just that, is certainly really good. I have opened the chicken and think it was the tuna, and I've opened the tuna and think it was the chicken. So being able to do that, quickly. Certainly you could just I opened my refrigerator and I said, what am I looking at? And it said, you're looking at a refrigerator. There's milk, orange juice, lemonade, Coke, and water. Where is the lemonade? The lemonade is in the top left. And I reached up, it's in the top left. So I also like it for in hotel showers. Hey, what am I looking at? I'm intentionally not saying meta, right? Because if I say hey and that word, she's going to start listening.
Yes.
So you can also just double tap on the right temple frame to activate it, so you wouldn't have to say the hey M word, and you could just say, double tap it. It makes the beep sound, and then you can say, what am I looking at? So please recall back when I asked, tell me more about the can of chicken. And then it started giving us all this other information. It was not reading the label, but it was using AI, artificial intelligence, to go out on the internet and to grab information from that Costco's website to tell us about it. So I thought that was interesting. So let me see here. I'm going to see what else I'm going to grab here.
Just a second, David. We have a couple of questions.
Yes.
First is from Matthew. How close do the glasses have to be to describe something? Can it describe traffic light?
I have never used it to describe traffic lights. For traffic lights, I do like the OKO app. And one day we're all hopeful that like Be My Eyes and like Ira, the OKO app will be built into the Meta glasses. But at this time, I do not. I don't know the answer to that. I have not tested it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it could read it. But I would also say that nothing beats good O&M skills, and these do not replace a dog guide or a cane or quality mobility skills. I must say that. I meet a lot of people. Someone who is a wonderful gentleman, a wonderful friend. He doesn't like using a cane, and he called me up right away. Hey, I see you're using these. What do you think? What do you think? And I'm like, I love them, but you still have to use a cane. So, and then for reading things, I would say for menus and things, I would say anywhere from 10 inches to an arm's length away is a good distance.
Awesome. And then we have another one from Christina.
Hi, Christina.
Hello, do you need the internet or do the glasses use cell phone data?
You ask, Christina, thank you. You ask a wonderful, very relevant and important question. You definitely have to be connected to the internet. And the better the Wi-Fi, the quicker the response, the slower the Wi-Fi, the more opportunity we have for it to say womp womp, and it doesn't give you the information. So I would say they work best with inside a wireless network.
Are the glasses Bluetooth to your phone?
Correct. Correct. And there is a button. On the right side of the glasses, like the action button. And I'm just going to press the button right now. Let me see here. Press this button here. So I just, did you hear the click? I just took a picture. And
Yes.
now I can say, hey, Meta, describe the last picture I took.
It appears to be a well-lit room with various pieces of exercise equipment. There is an adjustable cable machine and other machines in the background.
So you can do that also. So you could take a picture and then also ask it about the picture. My daughter tells me that the quality, there's two cameras. One, let's see. So thinking about your glasses and thinking about like right in front of like the arms of, where the glasses would bend, right in the corner of your left eye and right in the corner of your right eye. That's where there's two cameras. And it really does provide, amazing video quality. Also, I also really like the sound quality. The speakers are built into the arms of the glasses on each side. I'm holding the microphone up to the arm on the right. And the sound quality is just really tremendous. And then when you create a video, so you could take a picture by pressing the action button once. You can take a picture by pressing the action button once. You can create a video by pressing the action button twice. Currently, the videos are 1 minute in length. So we were just out at a amusement park, and we were on some bumper cars. And so I'm like, I'm going to wear these Meta glasses on these bumper cars and take a video. Right. And it's so crazy. So that, the sound quality is like, stereo audio. There's 5 microphones and the sound quality is absolutely unbelievable. So if you want to use them, to creating videos, and then like, Carlton's on my right and Chris is on my left, and, the other Chris is behind me and Matthew's over there, the sounds are going to come from where they are. So that's really impressive. And then also, certainly just using it for listening to music on your iPhone, or, being on a Zoom call. Great. I really do like them for calls and on Zoom, because they're not bone conduction, but they are, over my ear. So I am hands-free, and there's nothing in my ear. Like I do trainings, and like I don't want an ear pod in my ear for 90 minutes. Like that really gets frustrating. So the fact that I can be hands-free, and be able to braille on my note taker or type whatever I'm doing. I really do like that.
Cool.
That's
Dave.
awesome. Okay,
Hey,
I
Dave.
just
Oh,
this
I'm
is
sorry.
Carlton again. We do have a question in the chat before. I said that when you were talking about the video, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, everybody is now going to have TikTok channel, because this is the perfect way for people.
Yes.
I'm too old. I don't know TikTok. That's okay.
Right.
Christopher
Yeah.
Perkins, question: are there any local retailers that carry the glasses versus purchasing online?
Yes. There, as far as I know, there are only 3 places you can get them: Amazon, Best Buys, or directly from the Meta website.
Great.
So the answer to your question would be Best Buys.
Messages, Eileen Rivera Late.
And then-
And this is Chris Newsbaum.
Iris
I
has
have a
drafted voice for this weekend.
Yeah.
Nick.
question.
Go on.
Cool.
So, uh, an issue that I've had with pretty consistently with AI description apps, as great as they are, is just that I don't have a good camera angle to line up pictures with, and so it always gets a really blurry picture. So I'm excited to try out these glasses. That's what I really liked about the old Ira glasses in the early days of Ira. So
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm excited about this. But to that point, are there any tips as to uh, a particular angle that you have to hold your head at or whatever
You're
to
right.
get the
You are,
best picture?
you're so good at this. The answer is yes. And I've noticed something, Chris, right?
Yeah,
I noticed that um, a lot of times my head has been down too low, Chris. Like my head's not up enough.
right.
And like I'd be asking, what am I looking at? And it tells me that I'm looking at this, but it also tells me that I'm wearing blue pants and they could see the floor. And I'm like, well, I must really be looking down too much if it's telling me, you know what I mean? So I've been trying to, Chris, when I hold something, I keep my elbows on the table. You know, I know that's not good manners. Eileen would yell, but I would hold my elbows on the table, and I would hold the document in front of me and doing my best to, look straight ahead and not down. And that's what I've been doing to kind of level it up.
Oh, that makes sense. And you mentioned reading a document. How is it at reading text? Text.
So I was really blown away. So Chris, like if you're thinking about reading a book, I don't think it's made to read books. But what a job it does on menus. So
Yeah.
I was in a restaurant the other day. Hey, M, what am I looking at? You're looking at a restaurant, a menu for an Italian restaurant. There are appetizers, salads, sandwiches, entrees, desserts, and drinks. Hey, M, read me the appetizers. The appetizers are shrimp cocktail, onion rings, potato. So, Chris, it doesn't read you every bit of information because it knows that you don't want to know every single bit of information. How much is the shrimp cocktail? $16.99. Tell me about the salads. There are 5 salads: a shrimp salad, a Cobb salad, a chopped salad, a spinach salad, and how much is the spinach salad? The spinach salad is $12.99. So it really it teaches you to be a good asker.
So it's really the same process you go through when you ask your server to read the menu.
Yes, yeah, you drill down the same way, Chris.
That's
You,
awesome.
Garthland?
It's not just it's not linear like so much is.
No.
That is awesome.
Well, it is awesome, but it takes some getting used to, right? Because I mean, I just, maybe
Um,
just read. But I think, as this is 1.0, right? 2.0 and 3.0 are going to be great. But it's really, it's very, very smart. Let me see if I can give another. Oh, I'd love to do another quick example, or you can keep asking questions.
There's one
This is
question.
Jody with a comment.
Okay, go ahead.
And
Yeah,
Chris Danielson has a question as well, if I could get in the queue.
Uh, Judy, first time caller, go on.
yes, thank you very much. It's Jody. I just wanted to comment when somebody asked where you can get them retail. You can also get them at Lens Crafters, Best Buy, Sunglass Hut, and if your Target has an optical center, you can get them there. So they are available in a lot of retail places. I think
Oh,
Pro
thank you.
Optical. So it really does
Awesome.
pay to call your local optical shop or whatever to see if they have them there. But you can get them in retail stores.
That's a great tip, Judy. Thank you so much. I've only been
Long time listener, first time caller.
yes, Chris. Chris in Baltimore, long time listener.
Yes. So thanks for doing this, David. I've been curious about these, and it's funny because I went to the barber shop the other day, and my barber was like, "Dude, you got to get these Meta glasses. They are sick." He said you were going to benefit so much from these because he had experimented with it. So I
Yes.
think I know the
Aw.
answer to my question, but
What do you got?
so what it's doing, the scene description and everything, that's built into it, right?
Yes, sir.
That's just the Meta app. So that one
Yep.
of the things that they have taught it to do is basically describe what you're looking at. That's pretty amazing that they even thought to do that.
So, Chris, they're using Llama 3.0, in which is their language learning model.
Hmm.
And so they're, using AI and that LLM to provide, all of that information. Now, Chris, like
Yeah.
right before I was, just testing different stuff, and I just got some yogurts from Costco's, and it told me that it was, it was an energy drink.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So,
mean,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, all the caveats with
yep,
AI.
yep,
Yeah,
yep,
you gotta be careful.
yes.
But still, I mean, that they, the fact that these LLMs do this is pretty amazing, and it's pretty interesting that my friend, who is sighted, picked
Isn't
up
that
on it.
great?
Yeah, he's like, you gotta,
Wow.
and he's a younger guy because he's like, dude, you gotta get these things. These things are sick.
Oh, Chris, like, so I have three kids, like David's 25, Mary Kate's 23, Emily's 21. And they're like, everybody wants a pair of those.
Right.
I mean, like everyone wants to take pictures. Everyone wants to get this stuff, Facebook. Everyone wants to take a picture of what they ate. Everyone. And then, Chris, the sound quality is just will like blow you away, just how good the
Yeah.
music sounds. So the kids love, listening to the music. And then Chris, on, like I have a tandem bike. So me and my buddy Chris, we go bike riding, and I love wearing sunglasses and being able to listen to music, but I can still hear everything that's around me. Right?
Mhm.
There's no, it's not bone conduction. It's not an ear pod. It's just, sunglasses, your ears are open, you can hear everything. Oh, and so there's a little switch on the inside of the left arm that you could turn, everything off. And so just wear them as
And that
sunglasses.
then you're just wearing sunglasses. And which is the other thing that I really like, because so many times as blind people, when we've been using something like this, we've had funky looking glasses,
Yes.
right?
Yup, yup. It was the size, Chris. It was, there were some glasses that
Messages.
the
Kelly
camera, the
Bowen. Just
camera was the size of a quarter. And so
Right.
you're wearing these glasses with this size of a quarter or $50, camera on the side. And, like these, they look like little tiny, they feel like the cameras feel like, I would think they just feel like little tiny screws. Like they're
Hmm.
like that's how small they are. So, it's not something, that, like, oh, I don't want to be, students, we don't want to be
Yeah.
wearing things that make us look
Yeah.
different. Well,
I mean,
students,
obviously,
yeah,
yeah, and I'll shut up after this, but
you
obviously
don't
that
have
only
to.
takes you so far,
first
because
controls
when you're
tab.
sitting there talking to yourself because you're communicating with your
Oh,
glasses,
yes.
but still, I don't mind. I don't mind. Yeah.
Chris, I was at a, botanical garden in Virginia when we were working at James Madison University, and so I'm outside and I'm like, "Hey, Em, what am I looking at?" And this lady was jogging by. She's like, "You're looking at a beautiful, lush field filled with wildflowers." And I'm like, "Oh, wow, she must think I'm out of my mind." Oh, thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. you know, right? So I've had it happen to me twice so far. Like, I'm like, hey, what am I looking at? And the guy's like, you're looking at a parking lot with a lot of cars in it. You better be careful. I'm like, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So, so some people do think we're talking to ourselves, but I guess that's okay. As long as we're not arguing, we could talk to ourselves. So,
Carlton here. That
Miss
actually
Carlton.
leads me, there are a couple of questions about sound quality, but first, before I do that, they can hear you talking to Meta. Can they hear Meta talking to you?
No, Carlton. Like, Carlton, if you were standing right next to me, maybe you'd be able to tell I had music on. But if you were not, it is very faint. Let's see. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to have the microphone maybe, let's see. Hey, Meta, what am I looking at?
To ask about what you see, start your question with the phrase, "Hey Meta, look and."
Okay, so now that the microphone was right up against it. Now I have the microphone probably 8 inches away. Hey Meta. Hey Meta. Now she's not listening. Hey Meta. What am I looking at?
You are looking at a TRX suspension trainer, which is used for various.
So it's talking now, and it's telling me what I'm looking at, but I don't think you were able to hear that at all. So
TRX.
Yeah, exactly.
But
TRX
much lower.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's awesome. And sometimes with bone conduction, I can hear what people are listening to when they have bone conduction in, and it's fine. I mean, it's fine.
I got to tell you that I use bone conduction when I do. I have open comm shocks, and there's a bone conduction, and I really like. I'm not a big fan of like the vibrations on like some of my, bones there. And so this doesn't have that. And so I like this a little better. I like the listening experience a little better with these.
Awesome. And Jason Polanski had two questions that kind of.
Jason Polanski.
Let me read them. How do these compare to the Bose frames as far as audio? And are they kind of like shots headsets in sunglass form with a camera?
Jason, I can't answer the first question. I've never seen or experienced the Bose frames. Second, yes, they are just like similar to the shocks, but not bone conduction, and with two cameras and 5 microphones. I was on the phone with my friend Greg, and it was windy out. And I said, Greg, can you hear that wind? He says, no. It has very good sound distortion and very good filters to help us with blocking out some background sound. So I was glad to know that. So I was in the wind. I was able to hear the wind, but he wasn't hearing the wind. And when you're on a phone, you're talking to somebody on the phone, and you hear like but we didn't get any of that.
That's awesome.
What other questions do we have? I got
This
a
is
couple
Chris
of.
Newsbaum. I just wanted to follow up on the sound quality point. As a podcast junkie, I forget the episode number, but I'm sure you can find it. Jonathan Mosen did a demo of the Meta Smart Glasses on his Living Blindfully podcast, and in one of the parts of that demo, he recorded for, I don't know, a good 5 minutes, an audio recording on the Meta Smart Glasses, and he was outside, and I thought, listening to it, I thought he had to have gone in there and run
Clean
it through
that up.
some kind of filter to clean it up. Oh no, that was the internal Meta
Yeah.
5 mics on the Meta Smart Glasses. Those things sound amazing going in and going out.
Yes, Chris. I
So
agree.
I also wanted to ask, there are these other glasses called the Envision Smart Glasses, which have gotten a lot of talk in the blind community. Do you have any knowledge on those and how they compare with the Meta Smart glasses?
So I had the privilege of playing with them at the NFB convention, and and um, I would say that they're they're better. They're more fine tuned for blind people, Chris. Like they were really, on the money, on the spot, reading business cards and, but I think the price tag was much higher, Chris.
Yeah.
And I believe they also could come, the pricing structure, it could come with a monthly subscription. So,
On top of what you already paid for the glasses?
yeah, or I think you could pay for the glasses. I'm not exactly sure, Chris, but you could pay a flat fee for the glasses, or you could pay a lower price and a monthly subscription.
Okay.
And so they are very impressive. They do have like for instance, Chris, I think they would do a better job at this time for a student because we're gonna take a picture of a page and then turn the page, take a picture, another page, right? And then you could save it to your dashboard, and then you could save it, braille it, do whatever you want with it. The Meta glasses, they haven't been built to kind of do that for students yet, right?
Right.
So I think the Envision ones, certainly have some amazing capabilities built into them.
And they have IRA integration. From what I understand, they have all kinds of integrations.
Yes,
What's going to be interesting is, I'm sorry to interrupt, but
you're
I did
fine.
want
Please.
to. I haven't tried the Envision, but I know people who have them. But what's going to be interesting is, for example, IRA already has a pilot program to
Yes.
experiment with the Meta glasses, and Be My Eyes is working to integrate with them. So what's going to be interesting is to see whether these other apps are able to create partnerships with Meta and integrate their capabilities
Yes.
into the glasses and their abilities to process what the glasses send them, so that they can, so we may see less of a need for the really smart Envision glasses, depending on
Mm.
how these other things are able to integrate with Meta.
I agree. I completely agree with you, Chris. And um, I, you know, I just think that's very, they both have a little dashboard. Like we have the MetaView app as a dashboard. And I just wanted to share that in the MetaView app, on the bottom there's a home tab, and then there's a gallery tab. And the gallery tab is all the pictures that you've taken or videos that you've taken. And then the third is the AI tab. The AI tab is all the questions that you've asked. Now, tonight we've been asking questions. I just want people to know this. We've been asking questions. We asked a question about the chicken breast in the can. It took a picture and read me that. It does not save that picture to the gallery, but it does save the conversation in the AI tab. So, for instance, when I was at the botanical garden, they said, "Oh, you're looking at some beautiful wildflowers. What color are they? Blue, yellow, and green. What's the name of those wildflowers?" And then it gave me the technical name, not just wildflower, but the technical name. So then now that's in my AI feed. And so then, I'm able to go back because I want to see if I can grow those same wildflowers in Pennsylvania, right? So knowing that there's the gallery, that's the picture took, but then the AI is the conversation you had without the pictures. And then there's the fourth tab, in which is your settings, which is your customization, the voice you want to use, speed, rate, pitch, stuff like that.
Awesome. That sounds really great. We have two questions in the chat, and Ashley, I'm not sure if your hand came before or after, but let's hit these two, and then Ashley will be next.
Yes, ma'am.
Lissa on the iPhone asked, can everyone hear them, or can you pair with it earbuds? Buds? She works as a teacher, so we kind of talked about
Hi.
it, but do you think that it would be? Or Melissa, have you unmuted? Yes, you talk to
Yeah,
her.
I unmuted. Sorry, I was trying to figure out this app on my phone.
I hear you.
Yeah,
Tell
so
me.
I work as a substitute teacher,
Uh-huh.
and I'm in different classrooms every single day. Every room has a different setup. Every kid has a laptop.
Right.
I've tried the OrCam. I found that to be very inaccurate for really helping, and I also found that its battery life wasn't great. For what I was trying to do. Like, I was taking pictures of students, pictures of students' laptops to make sure they weren't on a game when they should be on something else. So, I think that there's a place where these classes could potentially benefit someone like myself. Do they need internet access?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
The,
And then the
the
other
better
thing
the
is,
access, the better the better the internet access, Kelly, the better the response and the faster the response.
okay. And then with the, you were talking a little bit with the classroom integration. For students, you're like, these may not be the best choice, but for something that's more of a quick look just to say, oh, this is what I have for attendance, do you think that that could be potentially helpful?
Yes. 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 If it's handwritten, might be a little, sketchier. But if it's someone hands you, hey, good morning, how you doing? You're in room 3B today with the third graders.
Right.
Great. Here's the attendance list. Absolutely, that's a typewritten list. It's going to read that list to you.
Okay, yeah, because it's always a typewritten, but sometimes on occasion I'll get
I
a,
know.
a
Yeah.
handwritten
There's a handwritten note on
assignment.
it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. hmm And
But
even
and
then,
OrCam can't do that. They cannot read handwriting, period.
I also think Chris Danielson. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think OrCam may be even going out of business.
They're not going out of business, but they are going out of the visual aid
Okay.
business and focusing on their hearing aids and hearing products.
And so thank you for that clarification, Chris. I knew you'd know. And but I think these may have kind of impacted upon their business model.
Right. And then my other concern too with them, like that's going to be asked by administration, of course, is, are they keeping a video? Are they recording students' faces? Like it would be nice that if I could have them programmed, like I work at a particular school most of the time, to at least recognize the different admins, because it's like there's two females, they both have short hair, they're both similar stature.
Right.
One's a little bit older than the other, but I often confuse them.
Yeah.
Or I confused a sub for the principal the other day. So
So if I could just jump in
Please,
on that,
please,
and then I'm
please.
gonna so in the National Federation of the Blind, we actually passed a resolution this summer
Thank you.
about this issue. So
Okay.
it is gonna be an issue, right? Because we as blind people would love to be able to take these meta glasses or anything, and walk into a room and say, who's here that I know and where are they and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But
Exactly.
obviously that implicates other people's privacy, right? They're
Right.
having
Yes.
it there, and so there is going to, what we said in the resolution is, look, there are probably going to have to be regulations written about how that kind of information is stored and how long it's stored and that kind of stuff. And what we did say in the resolution is basically we want blind people to be involved in that because it has been an issue. For example, there was a brief period where Be My AI was barely working at all for some of us because not Be My Eyes, but Chat GPT made a decision. If there's a face in the picture, we can't talk about it at all.
Right.
And they had to be convinced to fix that so that it would describe faces again. But they are very concerned. Everybody is very concerned about people's images and how they will be used. And so we're going to have to be really vigilant as the blind community to make sure that that information isn't kept from us, but we're also going to have to be sensitive to the privacy concerns that it raises.
Correct. Like I would have, so what I've asked SMCPS to do is I've basically put them on notice that I am going to get a pair of these glasses, whether they purchase them or not. They came out with a blanket. Nobody's allowed to use your cell phone unless, comma. And then the problem with the unless comma is then I'm facing, other adult teachers calling me out in the middle of a classroom for using my cell phone so that I can see what I need to see. And that's a, so I was hoping that maybe this could alleviate some of that because they would just look like glasses. And then can they use earbuds? Can you pair it with earbuds?
I would have to think no, because the glasses are already the output device.
Okay.
So
gotcha.
you connect it to your phone. They are the speaker. They are the Bluetooth speaker that your phone is connected to.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't usually read sensitive emails and things. So.
Well, no one's going to hear it anyway. But typically it's only going to be you that's going to be hearing it. Sometimes even in a loud room, I have to cup my hand over my ear to boost the noise level so I can hear it, the audio level so I can hear it. So I privacy. I think you'll be pretty okay with not sharing people's private information.
Okay. Yeah. And Chris, maybe we can talk offline too. This is Melissa Treaster.
Oh yeah. Hey, Melissa. Yeah. I mean, like I said, we certainly can. And we don't have the solution yet.
Right.
But the point is we're going to have to be involved in the regulations because there is going to have to be a balance struck between our ability to know things, particularly about people, right? I mean, I would think it's pretty straightforward that you should be able to recognize people that at least that are in your contacts, right? But
Right.
but those are things that are going to have to be worked out as the AI industry is regulated. So
Right.
it's something
I mean,
we're gonna
but
have
we
to be
do
vigilant.
kind of.
Just a little funny, just not a funny story, but a story that we have to be so mindful when using this technology. I was at a conference back in April, and I was demonstrating for someone Be My AI. And we were in the conference, we were in the convention space area, and I was sharing with this one gentleman, it could do this, it describes images and describes, and he said, well, take a picture of me. And I said, I'd rather not. And he said, oh, well, why not? I said, well, because AI doesn't always say the nicest things, and I wouldn't want it to say anything that might be offensive about you. He says, oh, come on, I can handle it. I'd really rather not. Okay, come on. All right. Okay. So I took a picture, and it said, there's a man standing with a backpack, smiling. He appears to be in his late 50s, maybe early 60s, because of his graying, balding hair and crow's nests. Crow's nests? That's rude. I thought he was kidding, but he was actually mad.
Right.
I'm 46. I said, I told you I didn't want to take your picture. Right? I mean, I did. I told you I didn't want to take your picture. And he was an IT guy. He owned an IT company, and they provide some solutions for software. So we have to be really cautious when using this, because when it says my wife looks like she's 28, it's fine. If it says she looks like she's 62, she's pissed. So,
Yeah, that's kind of why I asked about the ability to with the Bluetooth earbud, because then the only one for sure that could hear it would be the user themselves, if that makes sense.
Right. Well, Melissa, like, you're hearing things that are coming out of mine because I'm holding up a microphone to the speaker, but you're not hearing this if you're just wearing your sunglasses, or glasses in your classroom. It's going to be very, unless I'm right next to you, 5 or 6 inches away, I'm not going to hear what's going on your glasses.
Got you. That was the other thing with the Orcam. The kids thought I was like actually recording them. Like it was a little more obvious.
Yeah. So with these glasses, when you take a picture, it flashes. If
Okay.
you're taking a video, it will be ongoing flashes. So that's one way of knowing, for people to know, hey, this person's taking a video. So
Right.
I think it's important, to know that.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, we have another question from Christina, then it will be Ashley's turn, and then Sean has one in the chat. So
Thanks,
Christina,
guys.
is
Hi,
there
Christina.
a subscription fee? Thank you for answering my question.
No subscription fee.
Okay. Yay. Alrighty. Ashley, please unmute now your poor hand. You've been raised it all this time. You can lower it and ask a question.
Yeah, I think you're referring to me, Ashley, right?
Yes.
Hi, Ashley.
Hi, yeah. Yeah, I had a few questions about accessing information with the glasses, what it could tell you. And if you covered this, I might have missed it. I've kind of been, in and out at this hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking forward to the recording. But anyway, the question was well, a couple things is I got the part where you all talked about it being able to like describe things and describe a scene to you.
Yes.
That's good. If it's accurate. And I was wondering, can it like I guess I'm wondering, can it like an OCR function, can it do like an OCR of papers or of like a sign? And I was also curious along those lines for like mobility purposes, if you could ask it to look for something like, say, I don't know, look for the Safeway sign, and it would be on the lookout on your behalf for that and alert you with to that. And when you were talking about taking pictures of things, and I guess for to read, or if it's text or describe it, I'm wondering like how close do you need to be to the or thing for you to get good results of that? How
all very good questions. All very good questions, Miss Ashley. So, one thing that I think was kind of fun that I did with it is so they're Bluetooth to my iPhone. So I opened Apple Maps and I knew where I was going, but I said I'm going to try this on somewhere that I know where I'm going first.
Good idea.
So, I'm adventurous, but not that adventurous. So, I wanted to find this coffee shop, espresso coffee shop, Sylvia's espresso coffee shop. And so, I put that address in my phone and on Apple Maps, and she's coming through my Meta glasses, and I put the phone in my pocket. So now I'm not holding any phone. The phone is in my pocket. I'm walking, and my iPhone says left turn in 30 feet onto Main Street. And so I'm like, okay, so great. So then I made the left turn onto Main Street, and then I continued to walk, and
Like
it says
alarm off.
and it said a quarter mile, you'll be at your destination.
I have assigned.
But I didn't know where exactly it was because it was in this little row of stores. So when I got to that little row of stores, I used the "Hey M, what am I looking at?" And it said you're looking at a row of stores. The store on the right is Sylvia's. The store on the left is the store on. So I knew that I used it to read the sign. And so, I used Apple Maps, hands free, and then I used, and then just used the "Hey M" to, read me that sign.
Oh.
Again, this does not replace good mobility skills.
I agree.
This does not replace a long white cane. This does not replace a dog guide. This is just another tool to enhance our traveling experience.
So it sounds like once you were near enough, maybe within
Yes.
maybe
20
5
feet. Yeah,
I was
20
gonna
feet.
say,
20 feet.
maybe
I was
within
20 feet away.
of their shop
Yep.
so you could read it. Well,
Yep.
that's good rather than
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
a way of guessing. Cool. Well, thank you for
And,
that
and,
story.
and actually, I might have had to take a couple of pictures, but,
Uh-huh.
it was like fast enough that it, worked, I was looking for, but I mean, it wasn't more than two.
Oh, okay. So
You know?
sounds pretty accurate. That's cool.
Yes. Yes.
And thanks. Does it have the ability to I know seeing, like, for example, in Seeing AI on that app, you can like take a picture. I haven't done this, but I've heard you can like take a picture and assign a name to it or teach it to recognize things. The question is, does this have a similar feature
No,
where
not
you can
not
look
yet.
around? Okay.
Not yet.
Okay.
No, not yet. It could, like, you could say, "Hey, remember that Marianne is my wife." It will remember that just for that conversation.
Oh.
It does not. It will not remember it. It does not have a long-term memory. We're not teaching it that kind of stuff yet. I think one day it might. And I love your idea about asking it, giving it a heads up for things you want to look out for. Boy, that's a great idea. But no, it doesn't do that yet. But also, like, I was just at Costco, and I had my glasses paired to my iPhone, of course, and then I opened Seeing AI, and then as I'm going down the aisles in Costco, I just hold my phone sideways, and Seeing AI just reads me everything I'm going past. So, so we're gonna, we're not just using this, with this, we're using it with all the apps on our iPhone or on our Android.
Yeah, and along those lines, does it need was wondering one more thing is like, so you do need to have, I guess, a smart device with you, like a tablet or phone?
Yes. Yes.
And it does need internet? Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yes.
Okay, yes to both.
The better the internet, the better the information.
Oh, wow. That's pretty high tech. Yeah, I mean in most areas cell phone coverage you can get them. And most stores nowadays you can
You
get
get the Wi-Fi. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. You can get Wi-Fi coverage, but not everywhere. So anyway, I'm glad to know that because that could be a potential barrier or whether, might impact your connection
Yes.
as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Ashley. Yep.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for sharing. This is very interesting. And one more thing is, does it do not OCR, barcode stuff? Barcode ID?
It doesn't do barcode, but let me show you this real fast.
That's what
Let me see here. Hold on here.
Because I think Envision does, and I think that might be one of the big differences between Envision.
Oh yeah, Envision's very impressive. Yeah, it's very impressive. So I just got this. This is some medical stuff from. Let's see. Hey Meta. Oh, I think I'll need this.
Oh,
Notification center. Notification center.
Excuse me. Right. Hey Meta. Looking at. It's still taking some time, and it might die out.
Your internet connection is unstable.
Yeah, so I don't have the best internet connection for whatever at this moment, but we'll try one more time. Hey Meta, what am I looking at?
You are looking at a package of Breathe Right nasal strips.
What are the instructions?
To use Breathe Right nasal strips, start by washing and drying your nose. Remove the strip from its backing and press it onto both sides of your nostrils. Rub gently to secure in place. To remove, Wet with warm water or wash off while showering.
Is there a customer service number?
You can contact Breathe Right customer service at 1-800-858-6673. Available Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
So it can give you some very good information about, instructions on how to use things. Or what I also like that I think is very important. Let me grab this here. Let me grab this. And I'm going to see here one more quick demo. Miss Carlton, I know we're running late. I'm sorry. Hey, Meta, what am I looking at?
You are looking at a container of Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oatmeal.
Nice.
Container of oatmeal.
Can you tell me what is the serving size? We'll try.
The serving size for Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oatmeal is 1/2 cup or 40 grams. This information can be found on the nutrition label, which may not be visible in this image.
What are the ingredients?
The ingredients in Bob's Red Mill gluten-free oatmeal are whole grain oats, flax seeds. Please note that ingredients may be subject to change, and it is always best to check the packaging or manufacturer website for up-to-date information.
How much protein?
According to the Bob's Red Mill website, their gluten-free oatmeal with flax seeds contains 5 grams of protein per serving, 1/2 cup or 40 grams. Please note that nutrition facts may vary depending on the specific product and batch.
So it took a picture, it told me the object, and then it used AI to give a little more information. If I wanted to spin the container and ask it to read the ingredients, it could do stuff like that too. It does a pretty good job of helping us access information quickly.
Yeah, I agree. It sounds like you were able to scan it somehow, and then it read you the information from a package, kind of like a human reader. When you ask it, in my case, I'd be like, "Hi, Amy, read this to me," or read the ingredients. I do that a lot with my parents as readers nowadays.
Yeah. Yep.
And then, to get information. But anyway, thank you for sharing. And that was a great demo. I appreciate that. Thank you.
I appreciate you being here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We have one more question in the chat. It's from Sean. And Sean asks, can you control the glasses from the app on your phone if you are in a setting where you did not want to talk out loud? Can it describe videos?
No, it doesn't describe videos yet. And you can tap it, but you'd still have to say what you wanted it to do when you tapped it. So I do believe that you need to control it with your voice. I don't know if you can control it from the app. I wouldn't think so.
Awesome.
All great questions, Ms. Carlton.
Absolutely. Fabulous question. We are a little bit over, but I believe David would stay for a couple more questions if anybody has them. I know we are all I am so much smarter now than I was an hour and 10 minutes ago. And I really appreciate it so much, David. Yeah,
Thank you, Ms. Carlton.
Not Mr. De Notaris, he's the fabulous.
Yes.
David De Notaris.
Well, Ms. Carlton, this is another tool in our toolbox.
Yes.
It's not the end all, but it's a great tool that could help us access information. So I hope if it's not an inexpensive piece of technology between $275 and $375, but I hope that our time tonight gave you an idea, and I'd love to hear about what the other folks on the call will come up with if they ever use these glasses. So thank you for this opportunity to share with you tonight.
Thank you again. And this video we have been recording, and it will be up on the Bridges YouTube channel pretty soon. I have to run transcript on it, and then it will be posted with the transcript.
I just had one last question. This is Melissa, real quick. Do we know if these are covered by vision insurance?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
I don't know the answer to that. But the only way we're going to find out is by starting to ask.
I know that some places, some of the fancy frames are $200-300 already without any intelligence built into them.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. You know, my insurance covers $250 towards a pair of frames that are frames. I mean, these would do so much better.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're almost there with another $50. You know, you're there. So I think
crafters carries them.
Yeah.
And that's like the $379 or what have you. That does not include the prescription lens, correct?
No, those were the $379 ones were the transition ones that go light, dark to light, light to dark. But I paid $329.
Barbara, you're unmuted. Do you have a question?
I was just going to say, I wonder if some of the if you already had vision insurance, I wonder if some of it would be covered if you actually had prescription lenses that you wanted to put into them. I mean, I don't know because
Right. It's a good thought, Barbara.
Barbara, that's kind of what I was thinking too.
I'd say nothing beats an ask.
That's right.
Right.
This was an official meeting because you had 3 Chris's, 1 Christopher, and a Christina.
So that's official. That makes it official.
Where will this video be posted? I know a blind friend that wasn't able to catch this, and I wasn't able to catch it from the beginning.
Sure.
This is Chris Nussbaum. It will be posted on the Bridges YouTube channel. So you'll find that on, if you search for Bridges Help Desk on YouTube, you'll find it there. And we'll also post it on our social media at the time that we post it to YouTube and to all of the groups that we posted this announcement to.
And I'm going to throw in our chat real quickly. Here's the link to our YouTube channel.
Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
There we have that. And I also want to let everybody know that David did mention this earlier about the Facebook group. There's it's called Blind Users of Ray-Ban Meta Smart Glasses.
That's right.
Cool.
And I'm throwing there on Facebook, and I'm throwing it into the chat too.
Cool.
Love it.
Okay,
Also, a general one, if you want to know more about AI and accessibility, there's a cool little Facebook group there called AI for the Blind.
Oh, yeah?
Which I've been playing around in and learning more about smart glasses and ChatGPT and just accessibility and AI all around. It's pretty cool.
Very cool. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
I think this could be helpful in the classroom.
I have a question.
What's up?
Yes, hi, my name is June. Hi, and the only thing I would like to know, now with my glasses, I started it up, I have them, but the problem that I'm having is from my iPhone, the information is not coming through the Meta glasses. I can't hear it. And like when a phone call comes in, now am I to double tap on my phone or to double tap on the glasses itself?
Oh, I would double tap on if you double tap on the glasses, we're going to have to wrap up soon, Ms. Carlton.
Yes.
You double tap on the glasses, but if you double tap on the phone, it answers the call on the phone. If you double tap on the glasses, it answers on the glasses. If you double tap on the phone and the call's on the phone, if you shut your glass, you fold your glass, take your glasses off and fold them and then open them up again and put them on, the call usually comes through.
resetting it.
Right.
Okay, without tapping on the phone, just take the glasses off, close them, and then put them back on.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Give that a shot, June.
Okay,
Awesome.
great. Thank you.
Thank you all. I'm going to stop recording now. And again, thank you so much. And I will get this on our YouTube channels quickly as I can.
That sounds great. Yeah. The only other question I was just thought about, could it take a picture of like the school schematic map that they give me and help me find it?
You'd have to give that a shot and tell me how it works.
Okay.
It could work. It could work, but
I'm
give it a
just curious.
shot. Yeah, give it a shot.
Yeah, I haven't gotten them yet, but they're on my Christmas list.
All
We're
right,
doing a lot
sounds
of
good.
experimenting with these things.
Yes.
Yeah. Sounds
Thank
like
you.
it.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
All
you.
right. Our Nebraska friend.
This meeting is being recorded. This meeting is being recorded.